We can use our senses. So if you smell a foul odor, there's a chance that there could be an open wound on that person or perhaps gangrene set in on an extremity. So use your sense of smell. If they have bruises on their arms and legs, there's a chance that those are normal bruising. But when you see bruises on the face, the torso area, or the thigh area, that's abnormal. How many people are living in the home? I mean, if you notice that grandson, granddaughter, daughter, son living there, there's a possibility that there might be some financial abuse going on if they don't seem to have a means to provide for themselves.
Another special consideration for police officers is to always look at medications. Medicines can be used in a variety of ways related to abuse of older adults. People can be over-medicated to make them very confused so that they start signing checks over. Under-medication is also a form of abuse. I won't give you your pain medicine unless you sign this.
If things don't look right, if things are a mess, if it looks like medicine is not being administered properly, those things are red flags that law enforcement, as a patrol officer, should look for.
Abuse that occurs in long-term care facilities or licensed facilities does require, I think, a little bit of a different approach, or perhaps what I should say is just a different understanding. One of the, I think, difficulties in investigating possible abuse or neglect is you have a lot of people to choose from in terms of possible perpetrators. And then can you really identify one person? Or does it really have to do with the whole system?
Patients can be afraid to report abuse because if they report it, somebody is going to find out, and then there's a possibility that they will suffer more abuse at the hands of a staff member or caretaker.
The best indicator of whether or not a resident of a long-term facility is being abused or neglected is that oversight that families provide by just monitoring the situation. Is usually not only the best reporting mechanism, but it's also the best preventive medicine as well.
I always meet with the family to get their perspective on how things were going in the facility, how they were being treated, because it's their chance to voice their issues, concerns regarding their loved ones.
Sometimes abuse is really perpetrated by one particular person. But sometimes the residents aren't receiving proper care, not just due to one person, but really more of a facility-wide issue. The medical director isn't on top of things, or even the company who owns them isn't supplying them with sufficient resources to take care of them. It may be that a responding police officer is the first person to have gone in there and noticed that there's a problem.
It's important that we protect them, because it's a sad thing to think that we allow an elder person to die in poor conditions, in poverty, in the middle of filth, because we didn't open our eyes and recognize that elder abuse is a problem.
15 great-grandchildren.
Oh my, I guess.
I've interviewed women in their 80s and 90s who have just said to me, I can't believe my own grandson has done this to me. And then to think about putting them in jail, and there's so many excuses and there's so much love.
They don't want to speak out against the person that's caring for them. If I report this abuse that's taking place at the hands of my friend or my grandchild, who's going to take care of me after that? I'm willing to deal with this so I don't have to be placed into a convalescent home or a board and care facility.
We need to help the victims understand some of the dynamics so that they have the strength to make the report.
When first responders get out to a scene, the most important thing, as always, is to make sure that the elder is safe. Then what I want them to do is document extremely well everything that they have seen. If there are signs of neglect in that home, take a report. Document any type of injuries on that elderly person. Go out, take forensic personnel out, or your own camera, document the stages of the